theme song. Hello everyone, and once again, welcome to the Phantom Zone. I'm your host, Steven. With me as always is your other host, Edgar.
Woo! Hi.
So yeah, let's get straight into the news.
Yeah.
Let's get
what you
this
got
thing
for
rolling.
us, Steven?
Alright, so, Fantastic Beasts and where to find them.
I thought it was just called Fantastic Beasts.
I think...
As a movie.
Yeah, I think it is.
As a movie, it's just called Fantastic Beasts.
And then it's the fictional book.
It's the fictional book?
Yeah. Anyway, so apparently in that, American magicians don't call muggles.
No.
They call them nomad.
No. It's like Nomadj.
Is that how you spell it? I have no idea.
Nomad.
To me,
I'm just gonna go with it's Nomad.
Every time I hear that, I hear it with a V.
I know.
So it's really concerning to me.
Hey, but it would explain the American stereotype of how vulgar we are.
That's very true. Yeah. Also, why is it that people without magical powers have no vagina?
Maybe. I don't know.
Is that sexist towards men or women?
Both? Neither.
Neither? That's
people without magic.
It's racist, though, isn't it? Just in general? Because muggles is pretty racist.
Yeah, I think the most racist is squib.
I don't know what that means.
Those are people born to wizard families, but that don't have powers. So they're muggles born into wizards.
That's got to be the worst.
And so it's like, you remember the janitor? What's his name? Finch? And his cat?
Oh, yeah.
That guy's a squib.
Oh.
And so that's basically what they end up becoming, just janitors and people who clean up after the wizard people because they don't have powers, but they know too much about the wizarding world.
That sucks.
Yeah. That's racist.
Yeah.
They're slaves.
Yeah, that's awful.
All because they don't have magic, but they know too much.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Mean, like, at least in Sky High, the guy whose parents had powers, but then he didn't, at least he chose to become the bus driver.
Yeah, that's true. Like, he got a choice.
Yeah.
They weren't like, no, you have to become the bus driver now.
Yeah.
Because reasons.
Anyway, so yeah, we have a different racist name for people without powers.
Which sucks, but oh well. Are you
terrible...
excited for that movie?
Eh.
Do you care about the Harry Potter universe?
Not at all.
No?
I like Eddie Redmayne, who's the main character in that.
What has he been in?
He played Stephen Hawking in The Theory of Everything.
I haven't seen that yet, but I want to.
He played a main character in Les Miserables.
One of the main characters?
Yeah, he was the one who fell in love with Jean Valjean's daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know his name as a character, but yeah, okay. I got you.
And he was in another movie called Hick, which I really enjoyed.
Sounds familiar.
I saw it on Netflix.
Uh-huh.
And it starred Chloe Grace Moretz as like this young girl who like runs away from home.
Uh-huh.
And she meets him, and he's like this cowboy who's also like crazy.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Aren't those movies just the best?
Yeah.
Anyway, what else you got for us?
Doctor Strange photos were leaked.
Those were pretty good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed them. For those of you who haven't seen them, it's not like amazing things. Like, we don't get to see him doing magic and shit, or in his costume.
They're just pictures of the set. And in the set, they're not going to show magic.
Somebody could have edited in magic.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have been real.
That's true, I guess. Anyway, it's just him in Nepal. It looks like his hands have already been broken, and this is him going to the monastery to train in wizardry.
I like the setting.
Doctor Strange is a nomad, bringing it back.
Is he a nomad?
No, because he does have magic.
So he's a nomad.
Yeah.
He ain't no nomad.
He's a yes Madge.
He's a yes Madge. But I really like the environment setting that they've created. It looks really, I don't know, I like it. It looks cool.
I'm gonna adjust my mic.
That's all right. We'll wait.
I agree though.
Yeah, I think the props and stuff look really nice.
Yeah, it looks really cool, and you also get to see Chiwetel Ejiofor as Baron Mordo, who also looks really good. He's in his actual monk gear, wizard gear, whatever they are.
Sorcerer.
Yeah, that's it.
Sorcerer robes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
I'm excited for this movie, mostly because I want to see them introduce magic.
Yeah.
In a way that seems cool.
It's probably going to be technology. It's probably going to be like nanobots.
I hope not. Because that would be dumb.
How
can you have aliens and shit and a pool that gives you visions of the future? But no, magic needs to be technological.
Yeah. How is that technology?
It isn't.
Because they are like everything in Thor's universe is technology. And then he just goes into a pool that gives him visions?
What kind of technology is magic pools?
Yeah, the bullshit. It's not. It's magic.
So
magic
I hope they actually introduce magic as magic.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that pool makes no sense.
Yeah. But yeah, so photos are pretty good.
When is that movie scheduled to come out?
2017.
Oh,
don't know the exact date. Yeah.
Or a year and a half, I guess.
Yeah.
Damn. That's too far.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway.
But a lot of movies come out in between then and now.
This is true.
Both Marvel and DC films.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah. So the Warcraft trailer dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch it?
I did not.
Me neither.
Damn.
All right, moving on.
But I heard it's really good.
Yeah, I've never played any version of Warcraft in my life.
See, I have a problem, and this is a problem with MMOs in general. Is I'll play them for a solid 10 hours. Like, one day on a Saturday, I'll sit down and I'll grab an MMO and play it for 10 hours. And I'll be super invested and be like, okay, I'll come back to this tomorrow. And then I completely forget. I have so many accounts on WoW, so many accounts on every other MMO that exists out there, that I was like, this game seems really fun. I might give it a shot. Yeah. And then it just stays on my computer forever lonely in the corner of my desktop.
See, I am similar and different in that I play for a really long time and get super intense, and then I just stop.
Oh.
No reason why. I'm just like, I don't want to play today. And then I never play again.
Damn.
But I normally, it's just free to play MMOs and stuff like that. I've never played Warcraft or anything like that.
I never played Warcraft either. I played StarCraft, but I don't think that's like Warcraft.
I don't think so either.
They're made by the same people.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm actually pretty excited for this movie because it looks really good. And
yeah,
I'm hoping that it's the beginning. Well, I mean, the Uncharted and Assassin's Creed movies are coming out as well, but I'm hoping that this is the beginning of where games and movies can actually coexist.
Yeah. That would be nice. And I mean, this is one of those games. I think one of the biggest problems with all of the past things is there is a storyline in a lot of those games, but it's not the major feature. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of lackluster.
Yeah.
And it doesn't get focused on in the movie. Mm-hmm. The movie tries to do what the games do in that it's
just
action.
A story.
Yeah, action with story. Mm-hmm. Instead of story with action.
And that's the good thing about the Warcraft series is that all of their games revolve around the world.
Yeah.
It's sort of like Lord of the Rings, where you can grab so many elements from the Lord of the Rings world without having it to be involved about what the movies are about.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be good. Mm-hmm. I've seen pictures and stuff from the trailer, and the CGI looks amazing.
It does.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. Speaking along those lines, did you hear about Activision created its own film studio?
I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, right after they bought Candy Crush, Candy. What?
Yeah, it was Candy Crush.
Yeah, it's Candy Crush. Yeah. They bought Candy Crush, and then a day later, they announced at BlizzCon that they were making their own film studio. So they will now be making movies.
Well, then maybe that'll lead into some good one.
Yeah, because I mean, at that point, it's no longer another studio trying to adapt a game.
Yeah.
You have the people making the games actually turning them into movies.
Exactly.
Which is pretty good. It's sort of like having the author help out on a movie.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting about that? What they could do is like have the movies tie into the games.
That would be really cool.
Like, if you... I don't know exactly how I'm trying to get this out, but basically, like, you have the game, and then you make a movie in between that game and the next one, where you don't necessarily need to see the movie to be able
like
to play
the
those two
cinematic
games.
universe.
Yeah,
Marvel.
exactly. What it was supposed to be, and then it got really crazy.
Yeah, it did get crazy.
Yeah.
But basically, like what you're saying is having movies and games coexist in the same universe, but they're still fleshed out enough to stand alone.
Yeah.
I think that would be pretty cool.
And like with Kevin Smith, he made Chasing Amy and then Dogma.
Yeah.
And in between, he made a comic book that tied them together called Chasing Dogma. You could do something like that.
Yeah. I think that'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
And they, no, never mind. No, they do. Don't they mention that in Dogma? No, they mention it in Jay and Silent Bob. With Chasing Amy is related to that story.
Well, I mean, all of those
scene.
movies
No, I
are
know,
tied in together.
but they explicitly reference it
Yeah.
to being. You can always tell that one story about that one girl.
Oh, yeah.
But I thought that was really.
Yeah.
I like Kevin Smith's movies.
Same here.
Up until recently.
Yeah.
His last couple have been a little off.
Yeah, I saw Tusk and was very disappointed in it.
Yeah. But the rest of his old stuff is really good.
Yeah.
And then I don't
agree.
know what happened to him.
Then he just decided he wanted to have fun instead of make money.
That's
which is
true.
fair.
I mean, even his old movies weren't about making money. They had really good stories, really good plot. But like after Red State, it just kind of felt like he was, how much shit can we pack into this? Like, what can we do to make this edgy and pushy?
Exactly. So yeah, they kind of just went down. And now he's just like he's got a podcast. In case people didn't know,
Fat Man on Batman.
He's got a lot. The Smodcast.
Yeah.
And then like several. But on there, he does like him and the guy he does the podcast with, Scott Mosier, who produced a lot of his films. They just shit talk and will come up with a random idea, and then Kevin Smith will turn that into a movie. That's how Tusk got made.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and now like I've heard talks of like he's making a movie about a 50-foot Jesus. I don't know if that one's true.
Buddy Christ. It needs to be Buddy Christ as a 50-foot statue walking around.
And now he's making Yoga Hosers with Johnny Depp
What's
and Johnny
that?
Depp's daughter and Kevin Smith's daughter. Essentially, it's like these two girls. There's a scene in... man, we got really far off topic.
I don't think we have. This is the news segment, damn it.
Anyway, there's a scene in Tusk where like he stops at a gas station, and there are just these two girls working, who are played by Johnny Depp's daughter and Kevin Smith's daughter. And so he was like, "Hey, we should make this movie. Johnny Depp, you'll be in it, right?" And Johnny Depp was like, "Sure, I was in Tusk. I have no standards anymore, I guess."
Oh.
So it's basically like the demon or something gets loose, and these two girls have to save it with Johnny Depp's character from Tusk.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a weird sequel to Tusk, essentially.
That sounds weird.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, so back on
Back to
top.
news.
Yeah.
You got anything else for us?
A few more things.
All right.
Bethesda, the company that made Fallout 4, since that game came
Bethesda.
out. Bethesda. I don't know why. I never... That's one of those names where, like, I saw it and I pronounced it one way for so long and nobody ever told me how.
Yep. I think the reason is you're thinking of Obsidian.
Oh, yeah.
Or no, it's Obsidian, which is a sub-company of Bethesda.
Yeah, that would make sense. So Bethesda, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because Fallout 4 came out, they released a doctor's note on Twitter for people to give to their teachers or their bosses so they could stay at home and play.
I should have used that. I didn't.
Yeah.
I just waited until after work to do it.
You did it wrong, man. You should have used this.
I know. Well, I didn't know. I don't follow Bethesda.
Yeah. You should. You need to.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm really looking forward to playing this game more because it's so much fun.
Yeah, I've seen like gameplay and stuff, and it looks really fun.
I wanted to do a Let's Play of it, but I can't figure out how to record on my PlayStation, so I just gave up.
Yeah. Maybe someday. You'll figure it out. I believe in you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's move on.
All right.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, so you enjoy the game?
I do. I really enjoy it. I'm only like 3 hours in.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be dozens
of
hours of gameplay.
That's true.
So, I mean, I'm only barely scratching the surface.
Right now, what's your rating out of 10?
Out of 10, 8.7.
Fair.
Because it's pretty good, but it still has some weird glitches sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's just the leveling up system is kind of weird. But the rest of the game is pretty fun.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, now we'll move on.
All right.
Gem and the Holograms. Mm-hmm. Did you know that movie was out?
I did.
Yeah.
But I didn't care for it.
Yeah. Well, it's only been out for essentially like 2 weeks. And they're already taking it out of the movie because it is done so poorly.
Yeah, I figured. It's not a movie that they marketed really well.
Not at all.
They did really well of marketing it like 5 months ago.
Yeah.
Or a year ago. Because that's when I remember hearing a lot about this movie. Everyone was like, oh my god, it's coming out. Yeah, but I hadn't heard anything about it until like last week.
Yeah. I saw the trailer and then like I was like, holy shit, that movie's already out? And then anyway, so the movie cost $5 million to make. Mm-hmm. And in its opening weekend it only made $1.3 million.
Ooh.
And in the following week it only made $380 million.
380 million?
80 million? No, 380,000.
That's really abysmal.
Yeah.
That's sad.
I checked this morning and when I found out about this, and it's sitting around 2 million right now.
Ooh.
Yeah, so not good. Apparently it's one of Universal's biggest box office bombs.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Which sucks, because it actually looked pretty decent. It looked like a fun movie.
I didn't think so.
I saw the trailer and I thought it was fun.
They went with the Bieber excuse of a movie. Like, oh, this person posted on YouTube and now they're famous.
Yeah, but I think that's the easiest.
I don't think so. I think just do it right. Do it not bad. Don't.
Do it not bad. Yeah, well, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Poor movie. Oh well, but it happens. I mean, there's
someone will pick it back up and make a better one, I'm sure. Or like a fan will make a short that everyone will love.
Yeah. I think the biggest problem was that they didn't market it correctly. They didn't market it at all.
Yeah.
They marketed it a year early.
That wasn't even marketing. That was just them being like, hey, we're making a Gem and the Hologram movie. And then people were like, oh my god, a Gem and the Hologram movie?
And then it died.
Yeah.
No one never heard of it again until it came out. And now we're hearing it because it's bad.
Yeah, because no one saw it.
Yeah.
Nobody knew it was out.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's pretty sad.
Yeah.
Oh well. Yeah. All right. So what else you got?
In better news, the first trailer for X-Men Apocalypse is apparently going to be attached to Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
I'm excited.
The interesting thing about that is now there will be 2 major trailers released in front of Force Awakens. There's going to be this one, X-Men Apocalypse, and also Civil War.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm excited for those 2.
Cough. Yeah, same. I'm excited for all 3 of those movies.
Yeah.
Personally, probably X-Men Apocalypse, because I want it to be really good.
Not Star Wars?
No.
You're not excited for Star Wars?
No, I'm saying I'm excited for all 3, but the top on my list is X-Men Apocalypse.
Oh, okay. No, I'm more excited for Star Wars. I need Star Wars to be good.
That one's coming out the soonest,
Uh-huh.
so I'm pretty excited for that one currently.
Uh-huh.
But out of those 3, like the one I want to see the most is Apocalypse.
Fair enough. I really want to see Civil War.
Yeah, that one will be good. I'm sure all these will be good.
Yeah, I hope so, at least.
Yeah, and in the interview that Simon Kinberg, who's like the head of all of Fox's superhero movies, he said that he's super happy with this cut that they're editing right now, and apparently he says it'll be the biggest X-Men film and will serve as both the ending of the First Class trilogy and the beginning of a new era of X-Men movies.
Damn.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to finally kill off Wolverine?
Probably not.
Damn.
You know what?
Because I feel like they need to.
You know what's funny, though, in my opinion, is he says new era, but what he means is that no longer famous people are going to be in these movies. I don't know about James McAvoy or Michael Fassbender, but I know Jennifer Lawrence, Nicholas Hoult, who played the Beast, and Wolverine, Hugh Jackman are all leaving.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be their last X-Men movie. Wolverine's going to do one more Wolverine movie. But other than that, yeah, all three of those people are done.
They need to kill them off.
Yeah.
In a grand, awesome way. Sort of like in Gears of War 3.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you can kill any of those people off in this movie because it's set in the 80s and we already saw what happens in the current movies.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Why do they have to set big movies, like important movies, in the past?
I don't know, because they're dumb, I guess.
They can't. That's because that closes so many avenues of what you can do.
Yeah.
Because then you have to make sure that certain people are alive or that you bring certain people back at the end of the movie if they do end up dying.
Exactly.
It's just...
the podcast that we both listen to, The Weekly Planet, when they talk about it, they bring up the fact that since it's set in the 80s, we already know everyone's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Because they're all alive. They were all alive at the end of Days of Future Past.
It takes away the suspense. Like, Apocalypse isn't going to do anything.
Yeah.
He can't. The only people he can hurt are new characters introduced in that movie.
That's true.
Those are the only people who are allowed to die.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
You know something else I realized about this movie?
What?
After this, there's not going to be anyone who's, like, super well known for their character.
Oh.
Because, like, or at least, like, people will be like, that's exactly what I imagine this character to look like. Like, there's going to be no more Patrick Stewart as Xavier or Ian McKellen as Magneto, which are very iconic people.
Yeah. Like Patrick Stewart is Xavier.
Exactly. He looks exactly like him.
He is the epitome of what Xavier looks like.
Or Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, that's going to be gone. Now you just have, like, kids who I guess look like the X-Men.
Yeah.
I don't like anyone who's been cast as the young X-Men.
No.
Jubilee looks alright, but, like, Scott and Jean, I don't think they look a lot like my idea of young Scott and Jean.
That sucks. Again, like, I want to see this movie be good.
Yeah.
But there's so many walls around it.
I think it's going to be good.
I look forward to seeing it. When does it come out? Do we know?
Fuck if I know. Probably next year.
I know.
I'm pretty sure it's next year.
Yeah, because, I mean, if they're working on the final cut, it'll probably be coming out next year.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's the end of news for me. Do you have anything?
I do. Another trailer dropped this last week.
Ooh.
Finding Dory.
Oh. I don't care.
I do. I thought it was really cute. But basically, it looks like it's going to be it's not Finding Dory. It's Finding Dory's family. Because she's been, in the trailer, they have her sleep swimming because she's remembering something about her past. And so, basically, it's her, Merlin, and Nemo following those leads of her broken memory. Because you remember she has really short-term memory. So, they're basically just following leads to find her family. Yeah. It looks cute. And it looks like a good sequel to a movie that came out 10 years ago.
Yeah. What would be really funny is if it was like it's about her family looking for her, but like
they all have short-term memory?
No, they think that she's been kidnapped by the dad and
Oh,
Nemo,
no.
and so they send like a fish SWAT team after them.
Oh gosh.
That would be hilarious.
This. Well, I mean, Pixar hasn't shied away from weird, fun stuff like that, so it's possible. I guess. I don't know.
That's when they can get the crossover with Shark Tale.
But that's a DreamWorks movie. They're not allowed.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to.
Damn, all my dreams are dead. Thanks a lot.
Damn you,
Fucking killed me.
DreamWorks.
DreamWorks, more like Dream Kill.
Um.
Anyway, so you have anything else? Or are we good?
Fallout 4 beat out the record that Black Ops 3 had.
Wow.
Black Ops 3 opened with really strong numbers, and then Fallout 4 came out and like quadrupled those numbers.
Wow. That's great.
Yeah, so that's really cool. Like I said, I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Black Ops 3, I played it, I beat it. It's a pretty good game. Out of all of the Call of Duty games that have come out in the last 15 years, this one's easily on the top.
Yeah.
I'd still go with Call of Duty 4 is the best, and then Black Ops, and then Black Ops 3. Those are my top 3 Call of Duty games. The rest are shit.
I've never played a Call of Duty game.
Oh. Try out Black Ops 3. It's not that bad.
I don't like shooters.
It's not that bad.
I'm not a big first person shooter kind of guy.
And I just broke something.
Good job.
Anyway, well,
We should run.
we should run.
Yep. We'll do an audio podcast on the run.
On the run.
Yep.
Well, I mean, we do have a portable microphone.
There we go.
could
Let's
do
do
that.
this. Let's
All right.
Get out of here.
Well, I think that's the end of the news.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything else.
Okay.
So,
well then, I
okay.
guess I actually have one less thing to segue into, or one piece of news to use to segue in.
all right.
This week, all new Wolverine #1 came out, which is the start of Laura X-23 becoming Wolverine, which is what I will be talking about this week, and Edgar will be listening.
And by he will be talking, he means it literally, because I have no fucking clue what X-23 is. I have a general synopsis of her background. I know nothing else. So this is a Steven episode.
Yeah.
I might go take a walk or something while he finishes up.
So basically, the idea here is to let everyone know X-23 history, so they can, jump into Wolverine knowing everything about it.
And I'll interject at times, asking random questions
Yeah,
to see if
that
he
works.
knows.
That sounds perfect.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
So what are you going to start with first?
Okay, so I'm going to start with the creation, the origin of X-23, which happened in a book. I'll also give the title of the book if anyone wants to pick it up. It started in a series called Innocence Lost, which was focused on her origins. And it's about a man whose name I forgot to write down because I don't remember.
God damn it, Steven.
Yep, already
This
failing.
was your fucking episode. This is your time to shine, to show off what you know. And you come into this going, yeah, there was this guy. I don't know his name.
Okay, I should preference this by saying that although I'm going to pretty much talk from her showing up in the comics to now, I'm going to skip over a lot of stuff still, both because it doesn't really matter and also because I forgot it. So, yeah.
All right, sounds good.
Anyway, so this doctor is like working on making a clone of Wolverine to, have a clone of Wolverine, I guess.
Yeah, because when don't you
Yeah,
need one?
exactly. Because who doesn't want a Wolverine clone,
Yeah,
right?
I want a little Hugh Jackman running around.
Exactly, like knee high. It's like, come on, bub. Chink, chink.
But I need to give him plastic claws or else he'll cut me.
Yeah, exactly. Or like sleeves to put over them. Yeah. Anyway.
Jeez, they're just like
Yeah.
they're like little rubber things that go over his knuckles, and whenever he pulls them out, they just like
Yes.
and they're just covering him so he doesn't hurt anyone.
For some reason, when you said that, my mind went straight to putting condoms on his knuckles.
To be fair, that's how I thought of them.
Good.
I thought just put condoms on there, but then I had to decide that they were not condoms because condoms would break too easily.
Probably, yeah. He's
But-
going to get people pregnant.
Anyway, Besides this doctor's kinky
Yeah.
experiments.
So then, working on this, he couldn't figure it out. So he brought on a geneticist named Sarah Kenny, who is like, yeah, I know how I can do this probably. And also, his essentially the kid he raised since his dad was murdered, named Xander Rice, whose dad was actually murdered by Wolverine. So he has a deep resentment towards Wolverine. And like, nah, I don't hate that guy, but I hate that guy. And so they're just like, okay, let's do this. And they try to make Wolverine, but they're like, it didn't work. So they're like, wait, but we can clone the X gene, the X chromosome that we have, and make a second one. So we'll just make it a girl.
All right.
So that's how X-23 showed up. And it took them 23 tries.
Clone.
Yeah.
Okay.
They tried once, X1 didn't work. Tried X2 didn't work. Tried X3 didn't work. All the way up till X22.
So what happened to them? Do you know? Like what happened to the clones?
Just
Did they just
bad genes, I guess.
No, but did they just end up dying?
Yeah, they just died.
Did they Danny Phantom and turn into goo?
I think a little bit of both. Like they either just didn't work out. They would die in the process. They didn't get the healing factor. Stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so essentially, finally, the doctor's like, bitch, you said you could get this to work. And she's like, bitch, I think I still can. And so they, like, argue. And he's like, okay, but you have to risk it for the biscuit. And you have to give birth to this child.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so Sarah Kenny gives birth to X-23.
Mm-hmm.
And it works.
Damn.
Yeah, so X-23 is born, but Xander's like, that's a fucking Wolverine, and I hate that guy, even though this is a little girl, looks nothing like him, and my anger makes no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't. You think after 23 attempts,
Yeah.
his anger would have been, if not mildly subdued, at least shown through enough for the doctors to be like, that guy does not deserve to be here anymore.
You know what I bet happened to those 22 clones? He probably
He just shot them.
Yeah. He was like, Wolverine! Gah! Oh, shit.
He turned into goo.
Yeah, a bear got him. It just showed up in our facility and took him and left.
And now you have 22 other Wolverines that have been raised by bears.
Yes, that's happened. That's canon
That's
now.
canon.
We're making that
That
canon.
is not head canon. That is canon.
Yep, there are 22 other Wolverines out there who are raised by bears.
Yep.
Bear-verines.
Bear-verines.
Anyway, so she grows up getting tortured and trained to become a killer until like she's 7 years old, and they put her through radiation to make her powers show up early.
Damn.
Because your powers are supposed to show up when you hit puberty.
Yeah.
But they were like, nope, radiation, get them now.
Ooh.
So they could, and then once that happened, she got the bone claws two in her hand and one in each feet.
Uh-huh.
One in each foot, however you want
One
to
in
say.
each feet.
Yeah. And they coated just her hands and feet in adamantium, not her whole body.
Damn.
Probably because it's expensive and they don't like her very much.
But I mean, if they had enough to make 23 clones,
Yeah.
I think they'd expend the expense.
That's where all the money went. They had just enough. They could either make 23 clones or coat the entire body in adamantium. And obviously they didn't really have a choice at this point.
Damn.
So, a lot of bad stuff happens. Eventually, Sarah Kenny is like, hey, I feel real bad about you having to go through this, so I'm going to treat you like an actual child. We're going to get the fuck out of here. But Xander's like, hey, no. And so he's like, rage trigger scent, because we made a trigger scent that Steven forgot to mention. We have one of those to, like, and he puts it, essentially what it does is the second she smells it, she goes into a rage mode and kills anything that smells like that until the scent is gone. And so he sneaks that into Sarah, like her pocket or something.
Yeah.
And she sneaks it into his pocket. So Sarah releases X-23 in the building and like, go kill everybody. And she's like, okay.
All right.
And so she does. She kills everybody. And then Sarah's waiting outside for her. And she's like, hey, good job killing everybody. Let's go be a family. And X-23 is like, ah! And she kills her mom.
Oh, no.
And it's the saddest moment ever. I teared up when I first read it.
I remember you telling me that.
And then she's like, your name's Laura. She gives her a name at that point.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And she gives her papers on Wolverine and, like, her family.
Is this as she dying?
Yeah, this is as she's dying. Well,
Okay.
X-23 comes out just as, like, she gutted her and everything, and she's barely alive.
Oh, okay.
And she's like, your name's Laura. Here's some papers on Wolverine and my family. Go do whatever.
Go
I'm
kill
dead.
him.
Go kill him. I'm dead. Do whatever you want. I don't care. And so, yeah, that was Innocence Lost.
Damn.
There's a lot more that you can read if you want to read that.
Sounds hardcore.
Then the next book that happens is called Target X, which is Laura following up on those papers and finding her mother's sister, Debbie Kinney, and her daughter, Megan Kinney. And essentially what happens is she shows up and she's like, hey, we're family. I'm going to live here, okay?
Hey, we're family.
And they're just like, sure, girl with claws. And so, yeah, they move in. Her and Megan become best friends. But then the people who made her show up.
Oh, no.
And are like, we're going to kill everybody you love. Which is just these two people.
Damn.
And so they try and kill him. And she's like, don't kill him. They're like, no, we're going to kill him. She's like, no. And she kills them.
Okay. Wait,
And-
she kills the family or
No,
the
she
bad
kills
people?
the bad guys.
Okay, good.
Probably should have been more clear about that.
Yeah.
And yeah, and eventually she gets them out of there, and they're on the run. And then she goes to track down Wolverine to help her and to get answers about everything. And while she's doing that, Captain America and S.H.I.E.L.D. show up and arrest her for murdering a bunch of people.
Huh.
Just in general, like,
Yeah.
'cause the years she's been with the facility, she's been out, like, doing missions, assassinating
okay.
people all over the world. And you find out that Captain America had actually run into her once before. Like, he showed up at a murder scene where, like, everyone was dead.
Oh.
And then she's, like, lying there on the floor, and she's, like, crying and asking for help. And he, like, carries her out and puts her in an ambulance. That's the word for it. And someone's like, hey, the murderer's got to be in there still. And he's like, shit. And he opens it up, and everyone in the ambulance is dead, and she's gone.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so he's had a resentment against her for a while.
I would assume
Yeah.
so.
And she ends up telling him the story, and he's like, well, you're still a murderer, but I'm going to let you go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good guy, Captain America.
Yeah. And so, yeah, he lets her go, and he's like, you should go find Wolverine and be an X-Man, I guess.
An X-Man.
And she's like, yeah, maybe. But instead she goes to New York, to the Mutant District, District X, which is the next time we see her is in a book called NYX. This is technically, I should mention that this is technically the first time she has appeared in a comic. Comic book, chronologically wise, this will be the third time, but order of when the books came out year-wise, this is the first.
Okay, so publication
Yeah.
first. Chronologically speaking, third time she's appeared in a story.
Yeah.
Okay.
And essentially, you don't really know her, but she's working for a guy named Zebra Daddy. Greatest name ever, right?
It sounds like a pimp.
He is a pimp.
Damn.
Yeah. Greatest name for a pimp ever. So, yeah, she's working as a prostitute for this guy named Zebra Daddy. And
You think, as someone who's a trained killer in every way whatsoever, would not let herself be prostituted?
See, the thing is, like, I've always found interesting about it is that she doesn't really have emotions or, like, feel things like that. So where we're like, oh, prostitution is wrong, she's like, I'm getting paid for this.
Yeah,
So-
but why doesn't she just kill the dude and get the money?
Because
if it's
she
either
doesn't-
way, what's the
Yeah.
problem?
Because he gives her, like, a place to live, and, like, the way she's written in this comic is she barely ever talks. She's very timid,
Okay.
and you barely get anything from her until the very end.
Okay. Fair enough.
Then she meets a girl named Keaton Nixon, who is a mutant as well, whose power is to freeze time, kind of, to slow it down to like a crawl.
Uh-huh.
Until she touches somebody. It's weird. The people in this story have weird powers.
In a way, wouldn't that just be super speed?
Kind of, yeah. But to her, like, because with super speed, you're moving super fast and everyone else is slow.
Yeah.
But to her, she's moving regular speed.
Yeah, but I mean, and I bring this up because I saw it in The Flash. Is like,
oh, yeah, because he does
if the
slow
Flash
motion
just
stuff.
starts vibrating super fast, everything else starts slowing down.
Yeah.
And so he can do whatever. Like, he walks around normally while everyone else is super slow.
Essentially, yeah, that's what it is. But it is just like the whole world turns pink.
Oh, okay.
Everyone stops moving, and she's moving around still.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
But yeah, everyone in this series has weird powers. That's probably why Professor X forgot about him.
It's probably no ecstatic team, though.
Kind of it is.
Really?
There's a
I'm
girl
so excited.
who she meets Keaton Nixon who can do that. She meets a girl named Katiana whose power is that she can shapeshift into people, but only when she's touched their blood.
Oh, that seems... Oh, okay.
And then there's a guy named Bobby Soul who can take over someone's body, but when he leaves, he almost forgets who he is. So he almost loses all of his memories.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's not good.
And then they have Keaton Nixon's former teacher, who's just a normal human being who got really unlucky and caught up in this.
Oh, damn. All right.
And so through a series of unfortunate events, she ends up with them, and they're all getting chased and about to be murdered and by Zebra Daddy. And she's like, nah. And she kills everybody.
Uh-huh.
All of Zebra Daddy's guys, including him.
Huh.
Yeah.
All
And,
right.
yeah. So then they're like, hey, good job. And she leaves to become a waitress in Uncanny X-Men number 54.
Cool.
Yeah. So she's now...
Good step up.
yeah.
Prostitution to waitress.
She is moved on. It's a while later. And she's now a waitress at a club called Wannabes, which is essentially a club that I would probably go to in this world.
Uh-huh.
Which is just a bunch of people who want to be superheroes or X-Men and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
And dress up as superheroes and party.
Huh. That does sound really cool.
Yeah, right?
I'd do that. It'd be like going to Comic-Con, but every day.
Yeah, essentially that's what it is. It's Comic-Con and a bar.
Cool.
And so she's working there, and she ends up saving this young girl who turns out to be the daughter of a mob boss. But, like, she saves her by killing all these people, because that's what she does. She kills people.
Yeah.
But when she does this, it alerts the X-Men because people think that Wolverine did it because his DNA is there.
Oh.
Because they have the same DNA because they're the
Yeah.
same person. And so they show up, and they're like, what the fuck?
Is this how they introduced that she is a clone of him?
Yeah, this is how they find out, the X-Men find out.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I said, in Target X, she meets him.
Mm-hmm.
But that story came after this, so it's kind of weird.
But, like, that's what I'm saying. This
Yeah.
is the issue where they introduced her being a clone.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, yeah, this is how the X-Men find out about her, and Wolverine kind of does as well. I'm sure some of this has gotten retconned.
Yeah.
A lot of X-Men stuff gets retconned.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, she meets Wolverine, and they fight at first. But then eventually he's like, hey, just chill out.
Just
come,
chill.
Come join the X-Men. And she does. And, you know, she gets there, and she's just very protective of Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
There's a point where, like, she'll watch him on the monitors in the danger room, and, like, him and Bishop are fighting, and Bishop gets a little bit too rough, and she busts through the glass in the dome above and starts, like, trying to kill Bishop.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so she stays with them for a while, but then she leaves to go off and do her own stuff, which is kind of unimportant, weirdly. The most important thing is that she becomes Captain Universe for a little bit,
Okay.
who's like this godly power thing,
Uh-huh.
captain of the universe.
Yeah. I figured. kind of like how Captain America's captain of all of America.
Exactly. He's got the power of all of America. She's got power of all the universe.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, so she becomes that for a while, and then she's doing her own thing. And then House of M happens, which is the major event that I hate because it kills off...
I
hate
story.
it so much. It's so bad and bothers me. I mean, it's not bad, like, story-wise. I just... Because I love the X-Men.
You don't like the repercussions?
Yeah. This is the story that made me hate Scarlet Witch forever, and she will never be redeemed in my eyes.
That's for another episode.
Yeah, we'll get to that some other day. Anyway, so after House of M happens and like a bunch of people get turned back into normal humans, Wolverine's like, "Hey, you still got your powers?" And she's like, "Yep, I'm still here." And he's like, "Cool, come back to the school. We've got kids and stuff." And she's like, "Sure, why not?"
Just don't kill them all.
Yeah. And so she comes back and joins the new X-Men, which is the book that she's in. That's what it's called. I don't remember the exact issue she joins, but it's the one right after House of M.
Okay.
Anyway, when she gets there, the kids don't like her at first.
Oh, no.
Like, they think she's weird and kind of scary. But they're still like, well, you're the fucking part of the team, I guess, so come here.
Group hug, everyone.
Yeah.
Just don't stab us.
Yeah, actually, it does get really funny. In the first issue, she shows up. There's a guy named David whose power was that he could take all the memories. Like, anyone who's ever experienced something he's in the room with, he then gets those memories that they have.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be fun.
No, not really.
That'd be the worst.
The cool thing about his powers, to get off subject here, is, well, the thing that makes it interesting is because he does that for both men and women, he gets their sexual experiences as well. So he is bisexual. Because, he's experienced both men and women.
That still wouldn't be a fun...
No, but that's interesting.
I don't want to walk into a room and be like, he killed his wife, she got raped, that guy's just losing his house.
Yeah, I think he mostly blocks that stuff out, but, sometimes you don't want to.
Yeah.
Most of the time it's just like intelligence and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. That's good.
But yeah, back on subject, he builds them like a danger room, but like to run through old X-Men missions. And they're like goofing off, and she shows up, and they're like, "Get out of here!" And then they're like, "Nah, you can stay, but you can't be Wolverine every single time." And so like they goof off, and they eventually become a team and friends. Forgive me, I'm a little sick this week.
Aw, damn.
And yeah, then the first mutant is born.
Oh.
After House of M, of course. After M Day, as they call it in the comic books.
Oh, okay.
And she leaves her friends to join X-Force to hunt down the child because she was taken by strangers that they don't know. So she joins, it's Wolverine, Warpath, Hepzibah, who's like this skunk cat lady, and Kabalion.
Isn't Deadpool in X-Force?
Not at this point.
He has an X-Force costume.
Yeah, that's a different X-Force. That's a different iteration. And who else is on the team? Renee Sinclair, the Wolfsbane.
Okay.
So they all go, because they're all good trackers and track her down. And huge fights ensue throughout the books. This is a huge series called Messiah Wars, which pits the X-Men against Mr. Sinister's Marauders versus the Purifiers, who are a religious fanatic group who kill mutants.
Oh no!
Who have been actually torturing the new the team in the new X-Men book up to this point.
Oh no!
Yeah. And so, like, she joins them, and they have to fight. And eventually they save the baby.
Oh, good.
And then Cable takes it into the future.
Damn it, Cable.
But they're like, go ahead and take it, Cable. Raise that baby.
All right, Cable.
Oh my god, I'm dying.
Yes,
this was a bad idea.
You said, he texted me, he's like, we're doing an X-23 episode. And I said, I don't know anything about X-23. It's like, then I'll do an X-23 episode.
I didn't think I'd be sick and have a sore throat this week.
You know what we should have done is you give me like just a chronological order with brief synopsises, and then I have to somehow explain how they all connect to each other.
That would have been a good idea. Why didn't you bring that up before this?
Because I didn't think of it until just now. All right.
All right,
I'm gonna finish it.
I'm gonna continue to run through this. Okay, so after that event, fucking the X-Men are completely falling apart. The school has been completely destroyed. They don't really have a home.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. And so Cyclops is like, X-Force, go find those motherfucking purifiers, kill them all.
Mm-hmm.
And so she stays with X-Force, goes to kill them all, and she does.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. After that, after he stopped, and then he just looked at me expectantly, waiting for something. So, just all right, cool.
So yeah, she stays with them for a while. Essentially the whole book series of X-Force, that run of X-Force by Chris Yost and Craig Kyle, was about them hunting down the purifiers and just doing what the X-Men, aren't supposed to do, and that's kill.
Damn.
Yeah, and they're a secret team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and eventually people find out about it, and she leaves the team and tries to go back to the school. Because now they've rebuilt, but they're on an island called Utopia. Major point in the X-Men books, not that important right now.
All right.
So yeah, they're on Utopia, and she tries to go back to school, but all the kids are like, "You're a fucking murderer now. We don't like you anymore." Once again, we don't like you. We're back at the beginning when you first showed up. Well, some people are. Some people are like, "You guys are dicks." She's still one of us.
She was still a murderer before.
Yeah, we accepted her when she was a child murderer, but now that she's a teenage murderer, it's not cool.
Damn.
Fuck you guys. And she was murdering for bad people then. Now she's murdering for the X-Men.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like it's sanctioned murder now.
But there are just like a few people who are like, I just don't want to be around her. She left us to murder people. And others who are like, she's hot.
She's hot. Let her on.
Yeah.
Or she's hot. Too much of a distraction.
Yeah. But yeah, and so this is the point where she gets her first solo series. Which I actually just finished over the weekend.
Ooh.
Yeah. Which was about her trying to find herself and decide what she wants to do with her life. And, like, connect with people.
So it's like a college issue.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, it's just about her going to colleges. But no, it's she travels around the world with Gambit. And they get into misadventures where she like finally decides that she does want to be a hero and does want to help people.
The Misadventures of Gambit and 23.
Great name. That needs to be a thing.
That needs to be the name for the solo series.
Yeah, that should have been, clearly. And when she realizes that, she like runs into a prostitute and like, hey, you don't have to do that. Trust me, I went through that. You don't need to. And so like she kills her pimp.
Oh, okay,
like,
good.
That's not going to be enough, so we got to go shut this whole thing down.
Oh, okay.
And she goes and shuts down a whole prostitution ring.
Oh, cool.
And this is when S.H.I.E.L.D. shows up with Natasha Romanoff. And it's like, hey, we have this thing called Avengers Academy. You should join. And she's like, sure. So that's when she joins the Avengers Academy. Which was also a good book called Avengers Academy. You should read it.
I should?
Yeah, everyone should read it.
Specifically, or...
Everyone should read that book.
Everyone, go read that book. Steven demands it.
Yeah, so she joins them, and like once again, it's just like she's kind of weird. But then there's this one girl, her name I can't remember. Not important right now. Who is kind of like X-23 in that she doesn't understand human emotion very well. So they become friends until like the end of the book, where like they're fighting a bad guy and X-23 is knocked out, but her claws are still popped. And so the girl takes her and stabs this bad guy in the arteries.
Oh no.
And so she essentially uses X-23 to kill this guy.
Oh, she
and
is a weapon.
Yeah, X-23 is like, you used me, and that's like my whole thing. I don't like that. That's the one thing I don't like.
I don't like it when people use my body to kill other people.
Exactly. She doesn't like.
It's under my consent.
Yeah, she doesn't like being used, essentially. And so she's like, "Fuck you, bitch." And then she gets taken to Hunger Games.
Oh.
Yeah. That's legitimately what the book is about.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, it's called Avengers Arena, which is the next time we see her.
Oh, isn't that when they go on that other planet and this guy has made like a battle world where they have to kill each other?
His name's Arcade.
Yeah.
And he makes murder worlds. That's literally what he does.
Yeah.
And he makes one where he takes a bunch of teenagers and he Hunger Games them. He battle royales them. He's like, you guys, all of you gotta fight one winner. That's it. And so, like, her and her friends from the arena, the other kids who were at the Avengers Academy, get taken. Like, it's her, another kid named Hazmat, because she has to wear a hazmat suit because she's full of hazardous waste, and a kid named Riptil, who turns into dinosaurs. Yeah, he's pretty sweet.
How does that guy not win?
You'd think he would, but, I mean, X-23's got a healing factor like Wolverine's.
That's true. I guess if he eats them, they could just claw out.
Yeah, but throughout the series, they're just trying not to fight. A lot of the series is them not trying to fight. But then there's a point where Hazmat steps on a trigger, and it releases X-23 trigger scent.
Ooh.
And so she goes on a rampage, and ends up hurting her friends.
Oh, no.
And then she's like, fuck. And then she gets, like, burned really badly by Hazmat by blasting her with radiation.
Oh no.
Yeah. And eventually a lot of people die, but then most of them still make it out. Like, I think over half make it out at the end of the book.
How do they make it out?
One of them, like, escapes and finds where Arcade is hiding. And it's like, hey, you're dead. Bow.
And pokes him in the eye.
And they shut it down, and then S.H.I.E.L.D. shows up to take all the kids.
Oh, okay.
And next time we see her is back in the X-Men books. Which is called All New X-Men, which is a series about the X-Men, the original 5 X-Men being brought to the future, to the now times, to try and stop current Scott Summers, there we go.
Yeah.
From becoming a bad guy.
Oh no.
Yeah. And so
Who killed Charles Xavier?
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
He kills Charles Xavier. And no, he didn't actually. It was the Phoenix Force. Fuck anybody who says that he's a bad guy for killing Charles Xavier. Charles Xavier is a bad guy. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. Fuck Charles.
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, that was probably Charles faking his own death. Again, like for the 50th time.
Hasn't he come back? He already came back in this story.
No,
because I read a new story that he either came back or he's coming back in the near future.
I read that exact same one, and then I read the comic book that had the panels from, and it's just a part of Storm's imagination.
Aw,
Spoiler.
Damn. Storm.
Yeah.
But she's got her mohawk.
Yeah, she does.
So that's
she's
cool.
leading the X-Men, and she's got a mohawk.
All right.
Anyway, so yeah, the new X-Men, all new X-Men, get a distress call. Then a mutant has showed up, and they find X-23, and they're like, hey, you should join us. And she's like, I'm unconscious. And so they take her back with them, and they're like, you should join us. She's like, all right, I guess.
You kidnapped me, whatever.
And so she joins them, and her and young Scott Summers kind of have a thing going on, which I absolutely loved. I thought it was amazing. And then they go into space, and like they meet the Guardians, and Scott's dad, who's the leader of a space pirates named the Starjammers, and Scott's like, hey, I'm gonna go hang out with my dad.
Oh.
Bye.
Oh.
And so she's like,
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Saddest breakup ever.
But then like Angel is like, hey. Which I didn't like very much because I fucking hate Angel. I find him really boring and kind of annoying. And so,
except when he's Archangel.
That's true.
Archangel
then he's real cool.
Best.
And yeah, so they end up kind of getting together.
Uh-huh.
And basically, we're pretty much at the end. They go to space again.
Okay.
He becomes super powerful by looking into a mirror called the Black Mirror.
Oh.
Or the Black Vortex.
Okay.
And
that sounds very narcissistic.
yeah. They go to a different universe. They go to the Ultimate Universe.
Uh-huh.
They come back. She finds out Wolverine is dead.
Oh, no.
And basically, that's where we are. I haven't read All New Wolverine yet.
Uh-huh.
I have it. I started reading it, and then you showed up at my house.
You told me to come get you.
You
called me and said...
You said you were already on your way.
I did.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I started reading it. Probably could have started sooner. But yeah, so Wolverine died. She started hanging out with essentially all of his friends, who is his other son, Draken, who's also been Wolverine at one point.
Ooh, cool.
Mystique, Lady Deathstrike, and some other person who I don't remember because I didn't actually read the series.
Dang 'em.
It was like weekly and didn't look very good to me.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, now Secret Wars is coming to an end, and the 8-month later books that start the new world are coming out, and All New Wolverine is one of them.
Oh, cool.
And it's her finally deciding, I need to take up the mantle of the guy who kind of became my father, my brother, weird things.
Creepy uncle.
Yeah. Basically,
Creepy stabby uncle.
every relationship except like a sexual one they've had.
Oh.
So like brother, sister, father, daughter, uncle, cousin.
Grandfather.
Yeah. Pretty much everything.
Do you think they'll bring back Logan?
I hope not. I really hope not. I've never been a big fan, but I really like X-23.
Yeah, I know you do.
So yeah, basically you're caught up,
All right,
but also
cool.
not.
Nah.
So I jumped over a lot. You have the basics.
Yeah, that's enough.
yeah.
That's enough for us to jump into.
You know, a lot of this isn't really necessary. So basically what I just did was pointless. And
This whole entire episode was pointless.
Every episode we've done is pointless.
This is true.
Anyway, yeah, but you should read these because comics are great.
Maybe.
And also, just people out there, not just you. You should also read these.
I'll maybe check them out. I don't know.
Yeah, so you can
I'll wait until they're completely done and then just either download them or find the books.
Yeah. Well, all of these except for the new series are completely done.
Yeah, but I mean, didn't All New Wolverine just come out?
Yeah, that one did.
Well, then I'll just wait for that one to come out and finish, so then I can read that one entirely.
Okay. Some people do that.
Yeah.
I've never been able to. I like to go issue by issue.
I can't. Like, I mean, I could. I just don't have the patience.
Yeah.
It's sort of the reason why I hate watching TV.
Yeah, I get that.
Unless they're, like, complete full seasons
Yeah.
on Hulu or Netflix.
I do it where, like, if it's a series like the X-Men that I've been reading for a while and a new issue comes out and I'm like, okay, I have to read it. But if it's something like, I don't know, like Justice League, where it's like Justice League issue 6 and I haven't read 1 through 6, I'll be like, okay, I can wait until that book's done.
Yeah, fair enough. Speaking of TV shows, which I totally just forgot, are you done with X-23, by the way?
Yeah,
Yeah?
pretty much.
right.
Everyone go pick up the All New Wolverine at your local comic shops
Yeah.
or Comixology.com.
Yeah, either one of those two works. But back to TV shows. Did you watch the Arrow episode 5 Haunted?
I have yet to watch it.
Ooh, you
sorry.
should go watch it.
I need to.
Because I
know.
wanted to talk to you about it because I had opinions about it, but I guess I can't talk about it without spoiling it.
Well, okay, how about next week we do a full TV show episode, like
Full
where we just
TV
talk
show
about
episodes?
Yeah, what TV shows we're watching and stuff.
All right.
Probably specifically the superhero ones.
Specifically?
Yeah.
All right. That sounds good.
Okay,
So
so
you better get caught up. 'Cause
I will.
I want to talk about it.
I promise I'll do it tonight.
All right. Also, in this week's Flash, Zoom they're finally, well, not finally, but they're giving him a bigger part in the episode now.
Ooh.
So I'm excited to see that. 'Cause
Yeah.
he looks fucking terrifying.
He does, and he's played by the Candyman.
Yeah, that's
What
even
if
scary.
What if it just is the Candyman? Somebody looked in the mirror and said, "Zoom, zoom, zoom."
Filled with bees.
Super fast bees.
Oh no.
That's not lightning. It's just bees.
It's just super fast bees. Oh god, that sounds the
damn it.
worst. Okay, well, I think that's it for this episode.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Poorly done episode. I apologize.
It's not that poorly done. We've had worse.
Yeah, you know what? I'm okay with this episode.
Although
And-
next time you want to fill in a story, we should do my idea.
yeah, we absolutely should. That would be genius.
All right.
And if you want to tell us to do an episode about a different character, you can do that by tweeting us at WTTPZ. You can message us on Facebook. Just search Welcome to the Phantom Zone podcast.
or
you can
Facebook.com/WTTPZ.
Yeah, that too. And also, you can email us on welcome to the Phantom Zone at Gmail.
Yep.
Yeah, and you can send us ideas for episodes, tell us characters you want us to talk about, tell us how awful of people we are.
Because we are.
Yeah.
We're terrible. But we don't care.
Yeah.
We do this for fun. If you want to share us with your friends, and for some reason they don't use the same platform that you do, remind them that we're on iTunes, Libsyn, Spreaker, Stitcher. Every episode goes up on YouTube now. We also have Google Play, which is coming out at some point. Don't know when
Someday.
yet, but we're going to be on that as soon as it comes out. So look us up on there. Yeah. Basically any podcasting app you can find, we're on there.
Any place where there's sound on the internet, we're probably there.
Yeah, except for maybe porn sites, but
That's
I might
true.
start uploading on there.
You never know. Yeah.
I think that's enough. That's it for this episode. Anything else you want?
Rate us on iTunes.
Rate us on everything.
Yeah.
It helps us. It helps us know
it
what
really
we're doing
does.
right and what we're doing wrong.
And it also helps us grow as with viewers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Listeners.
Listeners. Although if you're on YouTube, you might be viewing us.
That's
I don't
true.
know.
Well, not us, but like a picture of the screen caption from Spreaker.
Yeah. Which is, it's not the greatest thing.
Yeah.
It's not the funnest video, but whatever. Well, I think that's it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for joining us in the Phantom Zone.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Stabby stabbies.
Stab.